Oh, look at this. Oh man, we got a banger, boys. We got a banger. Guys, we're back. What are we talking about today? Happy Tuesday, I believe it is. Yes, like I said, I record these back to back. Sorry for the same shirt, but it is what it is. We just did a huge deal with my buddy Matt. You know, listen, I can't thank him enough. He really hooked it up. This video is coming out on Tuesday. I think the date's gonna be what, like the 16th or 17th? Will I still have these cards? I don't know. They're coming to the show with me for Liquid Games on the 13th and 14th. I always do my videos recorded like a week before, so it is what it is, unless we have an emergency video, of course. Guys, so what is today's topic? What are we doing today? We're gonna talk a little bit about some of the moves that I made with, you know, look, how did I get these slabs? How did I get these slabs? What did I do to get these slabs? Why did I get these slabs? And the reason I want to talk about that is because it is a whole ecosystem and plethora of, hey, this is why I buy sealed. This is why I buy product, and I'm always active and always trying to do things, and you know, being able to put things into my inventory when it's time and react when something doesn't fall my way. So guys, listen, a lot of the topic today is just, you know, an open conversation about, hey, this is why I did this is what went, this is what happened, and you know, I'm happy to hear your thoughts, and feel free to throw your stuff in there, but I'll tell you the reasoning of why I did certain things, and then we kind of go into it, right? Guys, but before we get started, what I want you to do, help me out, like the video. Guys, also comment on a video. It can be this one, it can be anyone between video 41 to 50. I'll enter you into the giveaway. It is a 3-pack blister of Silver Tempest, boys. Solid one to go ahead and pick up. I love that blister. If you want to open it, I don't care. If you want to keep it forever, I don't care. If you want to flip it and sell it, I don't care. What happens if you win? All you gotta do, DM me on Instagram. I will ship it to you on me. I'll send it to you, get it shipped out, get it over to you. All good, you get it, you do what you want with it. Good luck, guys. Enter the giveaway. Let's get started for today, right? So, what did I do today, all right? I'm not gonna tell you what the date is, but you know how I kind of record these videos and the timing of it. And obviously I'm wearing the same shirt as the last video because I record these back to back, but did a huge deal today with my buddy. My buddy came over, we were having a conversation last night, and it was kind of like, look, he had this mega slab, this Sabrina's Gang, I'll actually get it. He had this Sabrina's Gengar, and he was like, listen, the window for me to sell it and trade it is opening. Like I kind of, you know, want to diversify my inventory. I feel like I have a lot of big slabs and a lot of consolidated. And for me, like my inventory for shows, because you know, I'm a vendor too, it was subpar on the slab side. It was strong on the raw side. It's hard to sell raw. I have some really clean raw right now. It's hard to sell this really clean raw because it's all on perspective, and you know, what is this on that? There's not that much data for some of the clean raw and the stamps especially. So we had a conversation. I was like, let's kind of do this. I have a lot of sealed, I have a lot of raw, I have a lot of like lower end slabs. Why don't you come over, bring your stuff, and let's try to do each other a favor. Let's diversify your inventory, and let's add more of a banger to mine. As you guys know, I'm doing Liquid Games on the 13th and the 14th of June, and I have more shows all summer. There's nothing wrong with having a massive slab like this Gengar. Last sale on it's like 16 grand or something like that. We did a nice deal. We were reasonable on our comps. We worked together on it. We were friends. We were hanging out. You know, we were just BSing like buddies, and that's how you do it. That's how you do deals in this community. Is if you take care of people, they'll take care of you back. And not everybody has to win every deal. You can both make a deal even, and that's exactly what we did. We made sure that we worked together and said, this is worth that, this is worth this, and that's essentially how we came to an agreement. And I ended up walking away with like 5 slabs, and you know, Matt went home with like probably 20 or 30 things. It was great. We had a blast, right? But that's what this is all about, right? Trading Pokemon cards and just having fun as friends, guys. So let's kind of get into it. What did the deal really consist of, and what did I get rid of to make this happen? Guys, you know, look, it's always nice to have a crown jewel of a slab when you do a show, and especially when you do a weekend show and you got 2 shows back to back. This is what I'm doing. You know, look, I'm a vendor. I've told you guys that. I'm a content creator, I'm a vendor, I'm a Pokemon enthusiast, I'm a collector, I'm a hobbyist. Like, I love this stuff, right? I collect Pokemon just as much as the next guy, but it's also something where I try to provide a value at shows where I try to have something for everybody. Do I bring binders? 100%. I bring vintage non-hollows. I bring modern cards left and right. You know, anything from $1 cards all the way up to $40, $50 cards in my binders. I bring raw cards, $50 to $200 that are modern in my showcase. I bring vintage cards that are up to $1,000 that are raw in my showcase, right? And I bring slabs now, $10,000, $15,000 slab. It's gonna come to the show. It's gonna be pretty cool. But you always want to have that crown jewel centered for my vendors out there that, it's a nice piece to look at when somebody comes up to your display. It's just like, hey, this is it's like having a nice couch, right? When somebody comes into your house, like, yo, nice couch, like that's the centerpiece. Nice TV, nice centerpiece, boy. That's really what it is. So yes, what do we do? Let's get into kind of the parameters of the deal. I'm not gonna dissect it, but let's just say this. I, as you guys know, buy a lot of sealed. And I love buying sealed. I hoard sealed. I buy sealed when nobody's looking. I buy sealed when it's time to buy. I buy sealed when it's maybe not time to buy. But the purpose is I like to put sealed away for rainy days when somebody has something that I want and that I need to say, I have sealed, would you like it? Because people who don't have sealed want sealed. And when you have an excess of sealed or an overabundance of sealed, trading sealed is very easy because you can find solidified values. It's not the same as selling a raw card that doesn't really have sales data. Sealed sells all the time because there's a lot of factors that goes into sealed and why you should buy sealed and why you should hoard sealed and why you should collect sealed. Sealed has entertainment value. What does that mean? The whatnotters, the rippers, the rip and shippers. Do I support them? Like, kind of no, but I also support anybody trying to make $1. I don't support scumbags, so if you're a POS, I don't support you, but I do support hustlers. So if you're trying to hustle and make $1 and anything you do to put food on the table for your family, I'm fine with that. And that is where sealed goes into the entertainment value because people like to go online when, listen, they're having a bad day or, maybe their local Target's not stocked because of these scalpers. And what you're gonna see is, hey, I can go onto this site and I can buy a pack and rip it right now and get the euphoria and the feeling that I want for opening a Pokemon pack. Now, you have to do that from the right person. You can't just do it from anybody because you get scammed, but you kind of get my point. Sealed is important because it has a future. Entertainment value, people are going to continue to open packs. The hobby is about opening packs. So having sealed is always going to be an attractive piece to get into anything and everything that you essentially want. Listen, I've said it before. I've traded Brilliant Stars booster boxes for a plumber to come over and fix my toilet, right? I've sold some boxes to buy my couch. Now I traded some boxes that I had an abundance of to go ahead and get a huge Sabrina's Gengar BGS 9.5 first edition that has a beautiful swirl and it came stacked up. And, it was with a good friend that I felt comfortable saying, hey, we can sit down and do a deal for an hour, hour and a half, rather than trying to rush at a show and just say, oh my God, how do we do this? Or meeting a stranger at a coffee shop. It's so much easier to do deals with friends. And when you decide to make friends and take care of people in this hobby, that's when you develop friends and you can do these kind of deals. So that's what was great about it. Traded a bunch of sealed, gave him a bunch of raw, probably came over, hung out for like an hour, hour and a half, something like that. But essentially, we got some other stuff too. We didn't just get Sabrina's Gengar. We got a beautiful Greninja PSA 10 from Twilight Masquerade. All right, and then we got a beautiful Typhlosion 9 with a gorgeous swirl. I love my swirls, guys. And then a Houndoom PSA 9 with a perfect swirl. I don't know if you can see it. And then the final piece. This one is a little bit against the grain for me. We got the Chinese Umbreon PSA 10. I don't know, what is this? CBB2CS. I don't know, gem something number Chinese Umbreon thing. Pretty cool. This is one that I just feel like Chinese right now. Is it booming? Is it the hot topic? Is it the flavor of the month? 100%. But guys, this is the kind of stuff that you got to stock. If you're a vendor, I keep non-hollow raw just like I have to keep Chinese cards because that's where the demand is. And, your job as a vendor at these shows is to provide a shopping experience for customers and clientele where they're comfortable. And, not everybody just wants a $20,000 slab, but the people that do, you got to have one available to them. Not saying this means everybody, but like you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like you want to have a diversified inventory so that everybody has an experience, that they're having fun, and people want to be at your table. So for me, when I can talk about every aspect of the hobby, whether it's raw, whether it's sealed, whether it's high-end vintage, whether it's low-end vintage, or anything from 1996 to 2026, that's where, you want to be able to have a conversation with your customers and your clientele and say, hey, listen, if you're comfortable and if I can make you comfortable and you want to buy a card, this is where you want to be, I've done my job. And that's really the goal. So guys, it's important just to diversify your inventory. And I've done these whole videos on, vending and how you should do this and that. And am I the most perfect vendor? No, but I do have my ways of, I do this as a hobby and I do it as a hustle and I do it for fun. And I love the community, I love the people, and I don't just make these videos for no reason. And that is what it comes down to, is that the shows drive all of the passion of this. I love going to the shows. I love seeing the homies in New Jersey. I'm a Jersey guy, as you know. I would love to go out to other shows and go out to other cons. So if you have other cons that you recommend that you want me at, hit me up, let me know. Maybe I'll travel for a show sometime. That'd be a blast. Bring the family, bring the wife, whatever it is, whatever we got to do. But yeah, guys, that's really like where my mindset goes of why I do this is you want to have the diversification and being able to have the overabundance so that you can spread out what you own and what you've been buying for years into, hey, let's go ahead and get this big slab. Let's go ahead and get this little slab. Let's turn all this raw into slabs. Let's turn all these slabs into raw. Let's turn this sealed into packs. Let's turn these packs into bigger sealed. Like, it's all an ecosystem that you move together, and when you make the right friends and you take care of people, you can move things the right way to where you don't put yourself in a bad spot. So guys, don't ever turn down opportunity. I know it was kind of like a motivational video today, just kind of go through a deal that I did, but it really sparked something in me to tell you guys like, hey, this is why I do this, and this is what really ignited me to be able to do this, is because those everyday strategies and stepping stones of, hey, I buy this, or I buy this small, or I spend 100 here, 200 there, and then you can walk away with a $10,000, $15,000 card and be comfortable with it and not have to hit the bank and have the wife be like, yo, where's the money? Trade your Pokemon cards, build your Pokemon cards. It's a blast, it's a good time. But guys, this is just something that we all love, and that's really where my passion is driven. Guys, just a little bit of a rant today. Thank you guys for watching, and that is today's video. If you liked the video, what I want you to do, help me out, like the video. Guys, drop a comment, leave a like, hook me up. Subscribe if you will. We're getting up there. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. God, we had a big subscriber jump. We're like 440 or something like that. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can go live at card shows, which is going to be sick, because then we can do deals at card shows and show you guys like, hey, yo, hop in. Not that there'll be too many people, but you know, it'll grow eventually, and I think it's fun to experience a card show, and that's what you want to do, right? So guys, that's really it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking this video out. I appreciate you guys' time. I love you guys. Nicky Cards out.